Tom here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to another Division 2 build video. So everyone's been dropping their cut and paste 1886 one-tap determined rifle builds this past week. Yawn.
Stop being boring!
Sure, it works, but there's nothing groundbreaking or thrilling about it. Why run a rifle build with a tiny little mag that deals less damage and offers less survivability than a standard hotshot determined build? We should be looking at moving forward, not backwards. Honestly, my unthinkable one-tap sniper tank will outperform these uninspired determined rifle builds 366 days a year. If you haven't seen my unthinkable one-tap sniper tank build video yet, go check it out after this. With 326% headshot damage and over 3.2 million in armor, it's absolutely awesome. Now, rifles are pretty great at the moment with the introduction of a new gear set and a brand set that boosts rifle damage. So I thought I'd create a better rifle build than the flimsy determined ones. A true run and gun rifle build that tackles heroic content with all directives. What? Plum playing with directives? Yes champions, I can do it all. But for general ease when farming, I'm usually only running one directive anyway, just for that little extra XP. Remember to play the difficulty that you're comfortable playing at. If you don't want to run directives, you don't have to. However, as you can see from the gameplay, we are steamrolling through content. We've got some heavy damage and wild survivability, so we can play recklessly and run and gun. This build's making light work of heroic NPCs. It's not even fully optimized yet, and our main weapon has no expertise. Talk about raw talent. With 54% crit hit chance, 137% crit hit damage, 18% damage to targets out of cover, and also the potential to get over 200% weapon damage, this build is a beast. Exhale champions, the build is very easy to piece together. The gear that we're using doesn't require thousands of hours of farming for. Build it, use it, smash out content, and have a lot of bloody fun. Righto, so welcome back to all you amazing subscribers, and if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. If everyone can take a second to engage with the video, a like, a share, a comment, it's all going to help with the magic and the wizardry of the YouTube algorithm. 200 likes on this build video would be amazing. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit further, we now have channel memberships. Click the join button below to see all the perks. And if you want to catch me live in action, jump on over and drop a follow on Twitch. The links for all my other socials are in the description below. Righto champions, with all that said and done, let's jump in and check out the build. We're rocking 3 reds, 4 blues, 1 skill tier, and we are just over 1.5 million in armor. Now I'm probably butchering this, but we're running 2 pieces of Sudoka, 1 Grupo, the Picaros, the Foxes, and the Memento backpack. All of these items are in the open world and they're very easy to farm for. Just keep in mind that your balance of core attributes can be adjusted, it is just going to be player preference. For our specialization, you could definitely go a few different ways. I've gone with Gunner. Not that we need it on the build, but the 10% armor on kill is going to add even more survivability. We're also going to be regenerating ammo, which just means that we can keep on farming. We do gain an increase to our rate of fire on kill for 5 seconds, and we actually gain a 10% weapon handling buff when we're motionless. Remember that weapon handling is a 1-for-1 stat of stability, accuracy, reload speed, and swap speed. And lastly, with the specialization, do make sure that you have spec'd into rifle damage. For our primary weapon, we've gone with the M1A CQB Replica. That's right champions, I crafted this one. This has rifle damage, crit hit damage, and the attribute that we want on it is damage to targets out of cover. For the talent, as I'm an Aussie, I thought this one was very fitting. We've gone with Boomerang. Critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. If the bullets return to the magazine, the next shot has plus 40% increased damage. This is a really fun talent for run and gun rifle spamming. Now there's definitely a whole bunch of other talents that you could use, but this is the one that I've gone with. For the mods on it, I've gone with a crit hit chance sight. I've opted to go with the plus 5 rounds in the magazine, just to take us to 17 rounds. We've also got the crit hit chance underbarrel and a crit hit chance muzzle. For your secondary and your pistol, use what you like, it's player preference. Now for the gear on the build, first up is our Zwadoka mask. Again, I've probably completely butchered the pronunciation, but I'm sure somebody will point it out in the comments. We are running 2 pieces of this, so it is giving us a little bit of extra mag size as well, and we're also getting that 20% rifle damage. For the attributes, we've got max weapon damage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and a crit hit chance mod. For our chest piece, I've gone with 1 piece of Gruppo for 15% crit hit damage. We've got max armor, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and another crit hit chance mod. Now for our talent, I thought I'd try out Obliterate. Critical hits increase our total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, and this can stack 25 times. So that's 25% amplified damage. Because our rifle does have quite a fast RPM, this is pretty easy to get. Now, is this going to be the best combo of talents? Probably not, but it's what I've gone with and it's what I'm enjoying. There's definitely other ways that you could go. You could definitely do flatline spotter combo, or you could even go with unbreakable here for even more survivability. If you've got a suggestion for another combination of chest or weapon talents here, drop it in the comments below. For our holster, we've gone with Picaros. Our brand set's giving us 10% skill haste, we've got max armor, crit hit damage, and we've got that fixed 15% weapon damage. For our knee pads, we've gone with the Fox's Prayer. And to be honest, this is probably the first time that I've used these Overlord knee pads and made the most of that brand set bonus, 10% rifle damage. We've got max armor, crit hit damage, and that 8% multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. Now for the gloves on this one, we've gone with the named Zwadoka piece, the Eagle's Grasp. As you can see, I forgot to even re-roll these. So we've got 12.2% weapon damage, we've got 5% crit hit chance, and it comes with 15% weapon handling. Again, remember, weapon handling is a 1-for-1 stat of stability, accuracy, reload speed, and swap speed. These are all really good things that a lot of players overlook. And lastly, for our backpack, one of my favorites, the Memento. We get weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier, and we've gone with a crit hit damage mod. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting the trophies provide both short-term and long-term buffs. The short-term buffs scale to our core attributes. So for every trophy that we pick up on this setup, we're going to get 15% weapon damage, 40% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. Once we've collected 30 trophies, it's going to give us a further 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. With this amount of armor, 3% regen is just over 46k. So that's going to cover the gear on the build. Now, when it comes to the skills, it's always going to be player preference in PvE. Honestly, this is one of those setups that I do actually find the shield is helpful. And because the shield also scales not only with skill tiers, but also core armor rolls, this is actually a 5-tier shield. And to do a little bit of damage and take NPC aggro, I've gone with the assault drone. But again, play around with whatever combination you like and let me know in the comments. Righto champions, it is now that time, it's fine print time, let's check out the stats. As you can see, we are at 54% crit hit chance and 137% crit hit damage. For the offensive stats, we've got 67.2% all weapon damage and 60% rifle damage. Maxing out our gloves is going to increase this, and also too, if we decide to expertise our weapon, this is going to shoot these numbers up as well. But currently, this is 127%. We can get a further 30% weapon damage from Memento, and we can also get a 40% weapon damage increase from the Talent Boomerang. Also on top of all of that, we've got our 18% damage to targets out of cover, which is multiplicative damage. And we've also got our 25% amplified damage from Obliterate. All of these damages multiply, add, there's a lot of damage here. And finally for the defensive stats, there you go, over 1.5 million in armor. We're also nearly getting 155k armor on kill, which is great for this build. And as you can see, here's the armor regen that we get after we've collected our Memento trophies. So on this configuration, 3% is just over 46k. So that's the build, champions, a rifle build that's just way better than those boring, uninspiring, lame determined builds. This is an in-your-face run and gun NPC destroyer. Build it, use it, and watch enemies fall like dominoes. But most importantly, have a lot of bloody fun. So, what do you reckon? Are you going to be a champion and have a crack at this build? What modifications would you make? Let me know down below. Thanks for tuning in, champions, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you're not already, please subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and giving them hell. I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.